In Warframe, we are treated to a lot of weapons. Not only do we have a lot of weapons, most of them viable for mostly any content that there is, but also we are consistently getting new ones. And that means that all weapons could be left ignored. Does that mean they're obsolete? Does it mean they are no longer viable? Does it mean we should no longer play with them? And today, my friends, to that I will answer with the Soma Prime. As always, my name is Leyzar, and I got a couple of builds lined up. Something cheap, affordable, something for the more introductory or casual level player. But fear not, my friends, we also got the endgame setup. Prime mods, galvanized mods, a Riven, we're going to be taking this one to Steel Path, basically the works. That said though, please bear in mind that my builds and guides usually take a more new player friendly tone, simply because I want anybody watching to understand how the weapon functions and how it should be built. So in case you're a vet and you already know most of this stuff, please bear with me. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Soma Prime. Let's begin by checking out how the weapon handles without any mods equipped. And for that, just a couple of our regular free shots. The Soma Prime is a true blue bullet hole style weapon in Warframe. That means you point, you shoot, you shoot, you keep on shooting, you do a couple of things and stuff. Oh, you keep on shooting and you're probably still gonna have some ammunition left in the magazine, because this one has a magazine of 200, while the reload is a bit on the lengthy side. But hey, can you even blame the weapon with 200 bullets? And this, my friends, is a full-blown hit scan attack, and another 800 bullets as a reserve. This is the standard 15-meter test. As you can see, most of the bullets, over 95%, land within the crosshair, so honestly it's pretty good when it comes to accuracy, considering the style of the weapon. Reducing the recoil, that little jiggle it has, not a whole lot of jiggle, but hey, we like a little jiggle, if not a lot of jiggle. If you reduce the jiggle, it'll be less fun. I'm honestly not planning for this, but it would be less fun but more accurate, more bullets in your enemies' heads, because you do want to go for headshot, this being a true blue critical weapon. And in case you don't know why headshots are so important, especially with critical weapons in Warframe, link the cards right now for a full and detailed guide on that, so we don't have to prolong this for another 5-7 minutes, something of the sort. But let's have a closer look at stats to see exactly what we're dealing with. Mod capacity as soon as you build your Soma Prime is gonna be 30 out of 30. You wanna jump into actions and install the Auto King Catalyst. Is it worth investing in this weapon? 100%. My friends, this honestly is a joy to use and has been ever since its release, and it's quite the old weapon. I am happy to say it still holds up to 2023 standards, but hey, believing is seeing, so stick around. Mine has been formatted a total of 5 times, but for the weapon build I'm recommending you can get away with 2, free if you have more expensive mods such as galvanized mods, 4 if you have a Riven. The XL slot, in this case, I would highly advise you unlock it if you can afford it, because we want to reduce that recoil. Stabilizer, I want to show you how big of an impact this makes on the handling of the weapon. And I'm aware that minus recoil on any mod is not as exciting as plus quadrillion damage or whatever else, but this gives you real world DPS. The fact that you can aim better with the weapon, the fact that she handles better is a whole lot more important than 60% more damage and all whatnot. Getting the right headshots at the right time more consistently, less bullets in walls, like I so aptly demonstrated, and more bullets in your enemies is a whole lot more DPS than just a bit more damage or whatever else mod you may think of. So please do not ignore the XL slot. On weapons such as the Soma Prime, it can make a big difference. Accuracy is pretty good, as you saw. I'm a maximum 800 plus 200 in the magazine, so 1000. Ammo pickup of 80, which is not bad. Fire rate of 15, which again, pretty good. That huge magazine. Noise alarming reload on 3 seconds. Yes, the reload is an issue on the Soma Prime, but again, I'm not going to be complaining about this one with a 200 magazine. I'm just simply not. Riven disposition, 3 out of 5. That means we can use Rivens for the Soma Prime. It is worth going out and getting a nice Soma Riven. They're not super expensive. Okay, granted, they're not the cheapest in the game. Prioritize multi-shot and some critical stats. Critical damage above critical chance, because we got the Hata Satya. More on that later. But multi-shot is a must on your Riven. You cannot live without it. Critical chance 30%. I mean, mwah, beautiful, absolutely freaking fantastic for a 3.0 critical multiplier. Very few weapons have better than this. But damage is only 12. So you have high critical chance, high critical multiplier, but the base damage per bullet is not all that fantastic. And the status chance is 10%, you're gonna say, oh, abysmal. No, it's fine. It's fine on this one simply because you're gonna be putting so many damage instances into your target so quick, it doesn't matter that it's only 10%. And let's be honest, you're gonna build viral. Yeah, you are. Most likely you are. Unless you're going to Deimos, in which case you should build corrosive. So we're just after 10 viral procs because the critical chance is gonna be coming from that everybody's favorite mod, Hunter Munitions. Now this, my friends, is a basic setup for a more introductory level player. If you're newer in Warframe, if you're not convinced that you want to invest in the Soma Prime, I want you to treat this build as a jumping off point. You can use it as a staple to many other critical weapons in Warframe, critical primary weapons. It is a way to go, it is the meta way to go, it is not the only way to go. I'll give you some options. Damage acceleration, multi-shot split chamber, and vigilante armaments, critical chance and critical damage through the use of vital sense and critical delay. This is a corrupted mod, that's why it's giving us so much critical chance. We went to 90% with a single mod, but also takes away 20% of that glorious fire rate. And you know what? If you are not feeling the reduction in fire rate, and honestly I don't blame you, it drops down to 12, which is still healthy, you can go point strike instead. What do you prefer? 75% crit? 90 crit, the fire rate, what do you prefer? And you're gonna ask, okay, Leyzar, which is better in DPS? The fire rate. The fire rate would be better in our case. But that's not important. You wanna see pretty numbers on the screen, so we're gonna go with critical delay. 260-60 mods forming vital damage. Rhyme rounds easily farmed from spy missions, and if you hate spy missions with a goddamn passion, like I used to when I was a fledgling Tenno, I got my revenge on all the spy missions. I created guides for every single challenging spy mission in the game. All you gotta do is search it up on YouTube. You'll find a video from Papa, and I promise they will help you. Where was I now? Yes, Hunter Munitions gives us Slash. These two gives us Vital. Therefore meta. I know, it's not all that funny, but still, let's test out a weapon like this and then we're gonna talk about actual build options that you can go for. Level 120, Corrupted Heavy Goon and Exogoog. I spawned the Exogoog simply because they have more HP. They're not really necessary in this test, but here you go. We're gonna go straight for headshots, and of course, you should hit the target till about 50%. For any slash bleed build, the test is hit it at about 50%, but the Soma Prime is so effective, I say hit it at about 70%. Is that 70? I think that was like more 80%. 11 slashes, 4 vitals, a big FU to the Corrupted Heavy Goon level 120. This is how effective this weapon is. It doesn't even take that many bullets, and you know as well as I do that I didn't use expensive mods. These are cheapo mods I'm using to prove a point, to prove that the Soma Prime, an old weapon, a single target weapon, without punch through. If you go punch through, then it becomes not single target, but multi-target weapon. I'm not gonna call it AoE with punch through, I'm gonna call it multi-target. See, marketing right there, marketing. It can still perform in 2023. An old weapon, a single target weapon. And you know what? Some of the single target weapons are coming back simply because of the AoE nerf. And it's gonna be doing just as good against the Exogoogs and all whatnot. As you can see, you're absolutely wrecking whatever stands before you. It takes about 20 to 25 bullets to kill an Exogog stat level 1. I think the procs ran out of that one before it died. So let's hit this guy to about, let's say, 70-80%. Look at that, 25 slashes, 5 vitals. You don't need any more than that. Yes, you are feeling that not fantastic status chance, but do you need more? You do not. And you're gonna say, okay, Leyzar, fine, but you know what? I can't be arsed to shoot guy by guy. I wanna click and everything to die. That rhymed. Actually, that did legitimately rhyme. Well, in that case, my friend, you are better off on an area of effect weapon. I'll link you something in the cards right now. But if you're enjoying this kind of gameplay, then let's talk build options, shall we? Shred. Shred is one of the most fantastic mods in the game. No question, we will hear no debate on this one. 30% fire rate, 1.2 meters worth of punch through, and we're talking about the standard version of Shred. You got the Prime with 55 and 2.2. And to prove a point, again, we were illustrating a point here. We're gonna go for the normal version of Shred. Fire rate, punch through. Now the weapon becomes a multi-target weapon. No, we're not using AoE. We're using the marketing thing. Yeah, hey. We're gonna test the weapon like this again, and I gotta warn you, my friends, it feels a whole lot better. Because fire rate is good. It's good, it's fantastic when you have a 200 magazine. And I know what you're gonna be tempted. Hold on there, man. If fire rate is good, more must be better. Yes, more of a good thing, my friend. I wouldn't want to bump into that reload all that often. It's still 3 seconds, and I want to retain the enjoyment in the ammo efficiency of the weapon. And keep in mind, it may be easy to shoot standing still target like I so aptly demonstrate, but in actual missions, you will have to hit moving targets unless you crowd control, which means more bullets in walls, ground, whatever else, so your ammo efficiency goes out the window. I say, one more fire rate mod, not a bad idea. Go all out just for memes. And you know what? Memes can definitely be fun. Alright, so that's one option you can go for, a bit more fire rate. Another option is to go full on corrosive here. It's not the best of ideas, not on this weapon, okay? Simply not on this weapon. It's not exactly the best of ideas. Keep the Vital Slash on this one, as lame as it may be for the time being. I'm sure that Digital Extremes will change the meta eventually. Now let's say you're a more veteran player, yes, and let's be honest, you got everything you need and then some. We're looking at galvanized aptitude because it works beautifully well on this weapon, and galvanized chamber. I switched to point strike. What the hell? Why not? Well, because of Hata Satya. Check this one out. Each hit increases critical chance by 1.2%, resets upon reloading or holstering. My friends, the cap on this puppy? 500. That's right, we're going to red crit territory just with the Hata Satya and point strike, plus this fantastic Riven. Yes, this one is a loaner from Waframe. Thank you so much, Vicky. I appreciate it. Critical chance, multi-shot, cold, minus zoom. You know what is fantastic on this one? Well, mostly everything, yes, but I would have preferred critical damage for the record, yes, instead of critical chance, because I got plenty of CC. I would want more CD on this one. The cold is fantastic because the cold allows me to free up a mod slot. That means I can make vital with a single mod, and I can go for an additional mod, something like galvanized aptitude. And yes, if you're a fan of Bane, I hate these bloody things, they can be very effective, especially on a slash build. It's the honest truth. I'm not gonna use them because I hate them, but you can if you want to, with primary merciless and all whatnot. So, time to test. Oh, did I explain why point strike and not the critical delay? I simply want to build my Hata Satya up faster, and point strike does not reduce my fire rate, so I'm still left with a base 15. Oh, by the way, nothing up my sleeve, okay, no corrosive projection, nothing that would skew my test results. I even have Unairo, no Madurai, nor anything of the sort. We're gonna kill off whatever was left. Did I kill him? They look they looked alive. Re-simulate, and let's test out the weapon. Now, this being a galvanized setup with an arcane and everything, we're gonna have to get a couple of kills until it gets into full swing. Just keep in mind that your Hata Satya does work with multi-shot, so the more multi-shot you have on the weapon, the easier it will be to stack it. Try not to waste ammo and all whatnot. Look at this. Vroom. Vroom. Look at that bar. Look at that bar disappear, and we're into red zone, and I still have almost more actually than half my magazine. Look at that. Look at that on the Exogoog stat. Oh my god, why so red? Why so red? Why so much damage? Look at that. If you wanna just like delete a health bar, nothing easier. Oh, did I tell you how to get the Hata Satya? I'm sorry about that. So you head down to Deimos, you visit Father, you need rank 4 with the Entrati, yes, rank 4, friend I believe it's called, and 20,000 standing. I'm not sure if it's tradable. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. Look at this. How many bullets does it take to kill an Exogog that officer? 1? I missed it. Did I miss? I missed that one. Doesn't count. 2, 3. I think that's enough. That was 3 bullets. I missed one. What? Look at that. 3 bullets. Absolutely nuked that Exogog stat level 120. Look at this. Look how powerful this single target weapon can be. This bullet hose. You don't even need the bullet hose. Why would I bullet hose when I don't? You can go shot by shot just for memes and lols. But here's the thing, my friends. Like I mentioned before, shooting standing still targets in the head, like shooting barrel in a fish. So let's move on over to the path of steel. But you know what? I like shooting barrel in a fish, so look who I got. This, my friends, is Daddy Revenant. And Daddy Revenant can apply a whole lot of crowd control just by being present, so then I can easily shoot targets in the head like so. So you see, my friends, you can create your own synergies and you can make the game easier for you as long as you got enough knowledge. Because here's something that some players will not agree, but that's not important. Warframe is not necessarily a game about skill per se, it's more a game about knowledge. Knowledge, my friends. Look at all those red crits and that stupid sentry that refuses to die. Honestly, these sentries are way too overpowered. Now I gotta reload, so my buff from the Hatasatiya will go away, but that's not a concern. Let's see what I can do to high-level targets. Give me the level 130 Steel Path enemies that, of course, cannot stand before something like the Soma Prime. I do gotta go shot by shot, and I'll admit, at times, that is definitely annoying and distracting, and I would love to have a... Ooh, is that the capture target? That might be the capture target. And there goes the capture target. I thought I saw an Eximus around here. Wasn't there an Eximus here? An Eximus, a Schmeximus of sorts, I don't know. There was an Eximus here somewhere. This is the kind of performance you can expect out of the weapon, and honestly, I don't see what you need more than this. You can get around the fact, if you can accept the fact that this is a single target weapon, at best case scenario a multi-target weapon, then you're gonna be having yourself a ball with the Soma Prime. It may be an old weapon, but it's far from being obsolete. And just because new weapons come out all the time, well, it doesn't mean they're fantastic. Check out the latest primes they released. Now, here's my problem with this setup. The Hatasatiya is a fantastic mod and I love it because it brought relevance once again to the Soma Prime. And you know what? Pretty numbers on the screen and it's more fun to play. Subjectively speaking, fine. But the problem with Hatasatiya, I'm gonna have to reload. And if I'm gonna reload, that means I'm gonna be losing myself my buff. I don't want to lose my buff. What can I do? There is no arcane pistolier for primary weapons. But there is a helmet ability called Energize Munitions. And it states the following: increase the efficiency of your ammo consumption. You have a drain, you have a duration, you have an ammo efficiency. So what else is there to say? You can simply grab this one from the helmet, put it on your favorite Warframe, and simply go to town. And I gotta be honest with you, it's a whole lot of fun, as I shall demonstrate with the lovely Nova. The one problem though with this bloody ability, look at the duration, 13 seconds. 13 seconds, you can build a whole lot more duration on your Warframe if you want it to last a decent amount of time. Was this a speed Nova? This is a slow Nova. I mean, even with 278% duration, it's still not that fantastic at what, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, something of the sort. But let's test the weapon like this, because you know what? It is more fun. And you know what else is more fun? Synergies in general. Here's something that you can do, my friend. You can remove from the weapon your vital mods and use other mods. For example, a Bane mod if you're going to be using the Panzerwulpefeile. Yes, because the Panzerwulpefeile will be granting you those vital procs. Therefore, you can make the weapon even more powerful than it is. The problem with that idea is the fact that the... how do I say this? The consistency of the vital proc from the Panzerwulpefeile is simply not there. But you know what? It's not half bad. So you can definitely make up for it. And I'm going with Energized Munitions. Look at that. Look at the efficiency. Look how much I have in my magazine. And I haven't cast it from the start. It ran out. I'm casting it again. Look at this. My ammunition is barely going down. Ran out. Not a problem. Cast it again. Red galore, baby. Red galore. And the reason why I didn't cast it from the start is simply because I forgot. Sorry, you know, I didn't have any grand master plan for that one. So wait till it runs out, cast it again, more red on the screen. There you go. I still have 70 in my magazine, and I think by this point, considering the 75% efficiency, I must have fired at least 400 bullets. Or we can say 300, so it sounds more epic and whatnot. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. It's time to draw some conclusions regarding the Soma Prime. But before I do that, have you noticed something different with this vid? If you're a long-time viewer of mine, have you noticed anything different in the title? Oh, come on, look. Oh, come on, I worked really hard for it. Look in the title. Look at the end. You see that? I'll wait. That's right, it's HDR. And I know what you're gonna say, Laser. I don't have an HDR display, man. Leave me alone. But if you do, and you want to watch it, or maybe you want to watch it on TV, make sure you toggle HDR on and let me know how the viewing experience is, especially the intro. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, my name has been Laser. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe only if you enjoyed the content. If you got any feedback for me, I would love to read it in the comment section down below. As for the Soma Prime, it may be an old weapon, but it still packs one hell of a punch, and I fully recommend this bullet hose style of weapon. You can also find me on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places. And if you love the content and you want to help me keep making it, consider supporting us via Patreon. There's gonna be a link in the cards right about now. But until next time, my friends, bye-bye.